Alright, so I just wanted to do a brief introduction for this video. It's quite long. And I originally intended this to be a review of this BlueRetro wireless controller adapter for the Nintendo 64 that you can buy on Amazon for 30 bucks. However, it was quite difficult to figure out how to configure everything and get in the right browser and stuff. And so and then actually at the end of the video, I actually found out that I think that there's a hardware issue with my specific unit because I wasn't able to connect third and fourth players reliably. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually order a replacement, and then I'm going to make a new video that's much shorter and much more concise, since I already know how to configure everything since I figured that out here. But yeah, if you want to see all the stuff I had to go through and what hopefully you won't have to go through if you watch this video or the new one that I'm going to make, yeah, go ahead, just keep watching. But yeah, just keep in mind it was quite an adventure. But yeah, basically this, I'll say throughout the video that this is a review, but it's really not. It's more of a experimentation, and it's a little inconclusive because I don't know if I just got a bad adapter, but yeah, it doesn't work properly and I don't know how to fix it. So yeah, it just loses connection for third and fourth player all the time. So anyway, yeah, let's get into the original video. And yeah, if you stay around to the end, I congratulate you. You're a brave soul. Hey everyone, so this is a video of this, I guess it's kind of a review of this BlueRetro adapter. So what this does is this allows you to connect wireless controllers to the Nintendo 64, and yeah, and it's all wireless, at least from the controllers to this little adapter. So anyway, and it can support up to 4 players as well with just the one adapter, which is pretty cool. And you can see some of the controllers that it's compatible with down here. And yeah, this appears to be based on the BlueRetro like open source, what do you call it, software, I guess, for connecting wireless controllers to older consoles. And so yeah, you can actually like buy the chips yourself and then solder like Nintendo 64 extension cables to the chip and then like create your own adapter. But from what I can tell, this looks like this is just one that's all made, like it's already built in, so you don't have to do all the soldering, which yeah, only costs 20 bucks too, or sorry, 30 I guess. Yeah, probably to get all the cables and the chips and everything, it probably costs more than that. So this one's already made too. Now again, these are my assumptions. To tell you the truth, I wasn't able to find much information about this product. There's a few videos on YouTube, and then in the description, product description on the Amazon page, there wasn't much information as far as if it was based off of like the open source BlueRetro, and if you update it, from the GitLab lab page and stuff. I don't think that was on the Amazon page. So anyway, those are just kind of assumptions that I have, since this appears, I mean, it literally said BlueRetro on it, and it just seems very similar to how you would build your own adapter. And wow, this, okay, so I was trying to pull this cardboard out, and actually I don't think it pulls out. I think it's just like glued in there. It looks like it's, I don't know, maybe it can be pulled out, but anyway, it just opens out here at the top. So it has a very interesting box. I've never seen a box like that before. Okay, here are the instructions. Well, the instructions actually feel pretty high quality, so yeah, not entirely sure why this isn't more known. I mean, there's only like 2 reviews of this too on Amazon, so yeah, whatever. But yeah, this, I mean, this feels, look, it's all in color too. Like, yeah, this feels pretty high quality as far as the manual goes. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so my assumptions are right. So it says it's based on the open source project from Darth Cloud. And yeah, there's the GitHub link. So great. There's the chip I was talking about. So it's a ESP32 chip. Yeah, it's actually, I was looking up, it's really not that hard to make one of these yourself. But like I said, for 30 bucks, I mean, that's a pretty good deal to have it all made. And then plus it comes with this really nice manual. I'm very, very impressed. So yeah, after 4 Bluetooth controllers, multifunction reset button. Yeah, I wonder what that is. Almost 0 latency, so that's good. Nice. I'm just kind of reading some of these instructions on here. It looks like, oh yeah, and here it says so the different controller ports, wireless 1 controllers. Okay, so the lights light up when it's when they're synced. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, great. So the EN button is the reset button. Interesting. I was wondering what that EN meant. I immediately thought of English, and I was like, why would there be an English toggle on this controller? On this adapter. But yeah, okay. I guess EN stands for reset for whatever reason. If anyone knows why that means reset, please let me know. I'd be interested to find out. And then there's a boot button. Disconnect all Bluetooth devices and start the new pairing. Oh, that's cool. 3-second hold, enable Bluetooth inquiry mode. Keep connected devices and start new pairing. Okay, so I guess that means if you have player 1 connected, then if you want to do player 2, then you hold it for 3 seconds and then you can do player 2. That's what I assume. That's what that means. And then if you hold it for 10 seconds, it will restore to the default configurations and clear Bluetooth pairing keys. Nice. That's nice. It's good to know. Okay, and then this is just saying which controllers are connected, all the way up to 4. Okay, oh, it's a Type-C. Oh, nice, a USB Type-C. Cool, so you can upgrade the firmware via the USB Type-C. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I was under the impression that I think if you do this mod yourself, wow, this is like really high quality by the manual. But yeah, if you do the mod yourself, I think you can just update by like connecting to your computer via Bluetooth, and then you can update via Bluetooth. That was my impression anyway. But perhaps with this adapter you have to use a USB Type-C cable, which, yeah. I wonder if this will work with the new Xbox controllers that have the newer Bluetooth that, yeah, isn't backwards compatible. I don't have one of those controllers, but it's good to know. So yeah, this is just going through all the different controllers. Wii U Pro controller. Yep, Switch Pro controller and Joy-Cons. Oh, and that's another thing. I think you can sync 2 controllers to this at the same time. And so, like, I think you can do... It's like you could even do like a keyboard and mouse. It's pretty cool. Or like here, how it says here 2 Joy-Cons. Yeah, I think that's how this works. At least I was seeing on a different product that you could do that, which was also based on BlueRetro. So I mean, since this is also based on BlueRetro, I would think that you could. Oh, and you can pair with 8-bit controllers. Nice. It's got a few different 8-bit controllers on here. Just kind of keep going through this manual. Oh, the Retrobit controller is nice. I have a Retrobit Genesis controller, 6-button Genesis controller, so use that on the 64. Wow, very nice. Oh, here you go. Yeah, so see, so here is here's the website I was talking about, I think. The BDADDR of your BlueRetro will be displayed when connected. I assume that this is when you're connecting to the internet, to the like to your computer, and then you go to the web page. No, here it's saying to... Oh, no, hold on. Oh, no, this is specifically for the PS3 controller. Okay. Never mind. This is a very specific thing to get the PS3 controller to sync, so... Yeah, that's normal. I guess PS3 controllers are just hard to sync to other devices, unfortunately. Okay, now here's the firmware update page. So yeah, so you download it. Okay, and then it looks like you're going to have to use Windows because it's a .exe file, which is a Windows executable file. I think you can emulate that on Linux, but yeah, I use Linux all the time. So I do have a Mac that has a dual boot of Windows, so sometimes I have to use Windows, but I try not to whenever possible. Yeah, hopefully I can emulate this program on Linux. Okay. And actually, hopefully I can connect via Bluetooth to my phone, and then I can update it that way. I'm hoping that's what this can do. We'll see. Since it's based off of BlueRetro, I think it might be able to. Okay. And then also something else I'm noticing on here. So in a recent firmware update for this BlueRetro stuff, they actually added support for the Nintendo Switch Online Nintendo 64 controller. So yeah, so my hope with this today was to be able to use this official Nintendo wireless 64 controller on the original Nintendo 64. So yeah, we'll have to see if this is updated enough to support that, and if it, I mean, supposedly if it's based off the open source project, then just updating the firmware should then support the controller. I don't think there'd be a hardware limitation, since yeah, this 64 controller isn't weird like the newer Xbox Series X controllers or the PS3 controller, where syncing to other devices is hard. You literally just hit the sync button and then it shows up as a Bluetooth device. I was even able to sync it to my phone. Yeah, wow, yeah, this adapter actually feels fairly high quality. I'm pretty impressed with the build quality here. I really like how they have different colors too for the controller ports. So yeah, that's a nice touch. And it's also easy to see like which is which. A nice short cable. Yeah, this is a pretty cool little device. I'm pretty impressed. Yeah, this is nice too, because I'm thinking, you know, if I take my 64 to my cousin's house, then I can bring this adapter, and then they can just use their controllers they already have, just sync up to this adapter, and then they can use their, you know, PS4 controllers or Wii U Pro controller or whatever. Anyway, all right, well, I think that's enough talking, so yeah, let's go ahead and get this connected and start testing. Okay, so here we have this setup, the Nintendo 64 setup. This is actually a new Nintendo 64 I just bought yesterday for $30, you can see. And yeah, I thought we'd test it out for today. Yeah, you can see here this little note that they wrote on it. For parts, console works, but it needs a new shell. So yeah, it's being held together by a rubber band. But yeah, it should be okay. I mean, supposedly it works okay, so yeah. Yeah, and then I just have it hooked up to this little mini projector. This thing is like way cool. You can see like the size of my hand. It's about the span of my hand as far as length goes, and it's cool because it's kind of an older projector, and it has an S-video input on it, as well as this weird thing, which you have to have a special adapter for to do VGA and probably DVI. But yeah, anyway, I just have the 64 hooked up with S-video, and then yeah, the audio in there, and yeah, it even has a built-in speaker. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing to test this adapter. It's going to be like going to the movie theater. Alright, so anyway, So to start off, let's go ahead and I guess we'll grab this thing. So let's see, let me actually, there we go. Let's position the camera like that so we can see the 64 better right now. Okay, so I'm looking at this adapter, and it looks like, so looks like red is player 1, and then green is player 2, and then we have player 3 and player 4 over here. So we'll just start by just connecting one controller wirelessly, and then we'll do the other ones. Yeah, I guess we can connect them all right now to the system, but we'll worry about connecting everything. Yeah, so plugging these into the system, it actually does feel a little different than plugging in a regular N64 controller. Although actually that one felt okay, so I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's because this system I have isn't in the greatest shape. But anyway, alright, so now we got this adapter here. Let's kind of put it right there so we can see it. Alright, let's turn on the system, I guess, and see what happens. Okay, so far, so yes, I see that there's a light here that's flashing. Oh good, so Smash Brothers came on, so that's good. Nice. Okay, so now at least we know that we have something happening here. Okay, so now we got to figure out how to sync our controller to this thing. So let's see, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I think on the instructions it said just to hit the sync button, right? Let me look at the instructions real quick. Okay, so obviously in these instructions there isn't anything specifically for the Nintendo Switch N64 controller, but we can probably do it like as if it were a Switch Pro controller. So it says boot up the BlueRetro and make sure the adapter is in query mode, sync LED pulsing. So yeah, so that's happening. Then press and hold the sync button on the top of the game pad until the indicator on the outside of the pad starts flashing back and forth. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty standard, I guess. And then is that all you have to do? Oh no, and then it says for BlueRetro adapter, the sync LED might go off. And then this says it will be fully on. Okay, alright. Oh, okay, so I guess, so apparently when it's flashing, then it's already in sync mode. So yeah, so we can see it flashing there. So then let's go ahead and take this Nintendo 64 controller. Okay, and I'm going to push the sync button. I pushed another button by accident, but yeah, I'm going to push the sync button here, hold it down. Okay, and oh, okay, it looks like it's synced up. And yeah, and that thing stopped flashing, so alright, let's see what happens, I guess. And show the screen now. Wow, boy, I'm going to have to change the ISO. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Now you can see the screen a little bit better. Alright, well, let's see. So let's try pushing start. Okay, start button works. Wow, is this really just going to work right out of the box? Wow, looks like it. Wow, okay, that is very impressive. Yeah, so you can see here, got the controller and yeah, pushing stuff. And yeah, it seems like A is A, B is B. Yeah, I guess let's just do a match in here real quick. Yeah, let's just see how this goes. Okay, so yeah, so let's see, I'll make this a little bigger. There we go. And zoom up on the screen there. Okay, so yeah, let's be Donkey Kong. Okay, yeah, I mean, so far it feels great. I wonder if the rumble's gonna work on it though. That's my... Oh, you know what? I think you have to go on to the settings and you have to enable rumble, so then it tells the 64 there's a rumble pack. So if rumble doesn't work right now, I'm not gonna worry about it too much because that might be something we'll have to figure out later. Yeah, right now rumble's not working. Yeah, let's just see if we feel any lag, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it feels pretty good. Granted, this is a projector too. I probably should test this on the CRT as well. But yeah, I mean, right now with the projector, the projector probably has some lag, but it really doesn't feel too bad. Yeah, I mean, the buttons for seems like all the buttons are working as expected. Z is grab, or Z is shield, I mean. Yeah, L is your taunt. Yeah, and I'm able to jump with the C buttons. All the C buttons are working. The B's working. Start's working. Let's see, the only thing I haven't tested is the D-pad, but the D-pad doesn't do anything on this game when you're in a match, so I think you might be able to change the menus though, but I mean, I'm going to assume that the D-pad just works, and what else are they going to map the D-pad to, like the, I don't know, like the X button on the Pro Controller, like the D-pad is obviously going to be a D-pad. Okay, yeah, this feels great though. Yeah, this is awesome. And also on a side note, look at that, I got a working Nintendo 64 for only $30. Granted, it didn't come with the expansion pack or the jumper pack even, but still, I have a bunch of extra. Oh, okay, you guys just gonna get out with that. I have a bunch of extra, what do you call it, jumper packs, and so I'll just put one of my extra ones in here. Nice. Well, yeah, that feels great. I am very impressed. Very, very impressed. Yeah, this is awesome. Very cool. Okay, so now let's try to go back. Actually, I think... Oh, yeah. See, the D-pad's working on this menu. So, yeah, see, I'm using the D-pad now. Yeah, I'm able to pick the place. So, yeah, all the buttons are working. Just like original Nintendo 64 control. This is, really cool. So glad this works just, right out of the box. I don't have to worry about updating it. I mean, I probably will try to update it just to make sure I have the, what do you call it? The most recent updates, and if they have any bugs that are fixed that I don't know about. Because, I mean, really, if there are any bugs, I'm not noticing any. This feels awesome. But yeah, anyway, now I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to try to figure out how to access the, supposedly if you can access that secret menu, like on the web browser on your phone or on the computer, then that way we can hopefully turn on the rumble feature. So yeah, I'm going to pause the video here. Okay, so I was originally going to try to connect to my phone, but I actually use my phone for recording because it has a pretty good microphone and camera. So yeah, I'm going to try to connect this to my iPad. This is an iPad Mini 3, so it's a little older. Yeah, can't update it past iOS 12. So yeah, anyway, hopefully it'll work on this though. If not, I do have another iPad that I bought used. It's also older, but it's able to be updated more. So anyway, if you can't tell, I like older and non-expensive stuff. Getting it to work as much as I can. All right, here we go. So updating firmware. Okay, so it says you can. Okay, so this is probably what it was talking about in the instructions. So you can do it via the USB serial. It looks like you can either use Windows or Linux. That's interesting. Usually they have two options. It's usually Mac and Windows, but I am pleasantly surprised to see that it's Linux and Windows, because, as I said before, I really like Linux. Okay, so click on Linux. It's still back to this same page, so alright, whatever. Okay, now this is what I want to do, is via web Bluetooth interface. So it says required firmware 0.19 minimum to already be programmed via the USB serial. So I guess as long as you're already on that firmware, then you should be able to get this working. So it says to go to blueretro.io/ota.html and connect to your BlueRetro adapter. Make sure it's powered on, no controller connected. And then select the BlueRetro.bin you want, then click Update Firmware button. Via PC Chrome update should take around 5 minutes. With Android Chrome, it should take about 45 minutes. Holy cow. Man, well, I'm using Firefox on an iPad, so I wonder how long that will take. Wow, why would Android take 45 minutes compared to... Well, I hope this should work with Firefox. I haven't really found hardly anything that doesn't work with Firefox. Okay. Alright, well, that's for updating. I guess we can try to update it real quick. So I guess how am I gonna, because downloading stuff on an iPad is kind of sketchy. Maybe I'll have to do this on a Linux computer. Alright, well, let's just see what happens, I guess. I think this is okay for a review because since this is my first time doing it, then you see like how hard this would be exactly. So name your own price. Yeah, I'm gonna put $0. I already paid $30 for this thing, so well, tell you what, before we spend all this time trying to update, let's see if we can actually like at least tell what firmware we're on, like if we're able to connect. So let's see how, here we go, web config. So power on system connect via Bluetooth at BlueRetro.io. Oh, that's easy. The config mode is only available if no controllers connected. Supported only in desktop or Android Chrome. Right. I think that there was a special site you have to go to if you're on an iOS device. So I'm going to try this site just first. Yeah, let's just see what happens if we go to this. Oh, wow. What on earth? What did I just open? It's like a bunch of BlueRetro adapters. I wanted to open this in a new tab. Okay, fine, I'll just open it in this tab. Okay. So, alright, so first off, let's turn on the 64. Oh, the 64 is already on. I guess I had left it on. So then that means let's just turn off the... Okay, so now this controller is turned off, as you can see. And just for good measure, I'm going to turn the 64 off and then turn it back on, just to be sure that it doesn't think there's a controller connected still. Okay. Alright, so let's see if we can figure out. So BlueRetro System Manager, I think that's what we want to go to. Okay, connect BlueRetro, alright. Okay, Web Blue API is not available. Please make sure experimental web platform features flag is enabled. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that we do have to use this. You go to like a different website for iOS devices. So I think normally this is the site you would go to if you're on a system that isn't so closed off like iOS is. Holy cow. This is one of the reasons why I moved away from iOS and just Apple in general. Yeah. Originally moved away from Windows because it always forced stuff on you like updates, and it seemed to have a lot of bugs too. And I went to Mac and it was pretty nice. iOS was good too. But then I didn't like it how my devices started to not be supported, even though they're like perfectly fine. Like this iPad 3, like it works great, and like Apple just doesn't support it anymore. So anyway, Linux though, they support older hardware. Yeah. Anyway, that's why I like Linux a lot. But yeah, anyway, this is just what I had that was easy to get, so hopefully I can get it to work on this iPad. But yeah, I'm going to research to see how to connect this on iOS, so hold on one second. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I looked it up, and actually it looks like I need to connect using a different browser than Firefox, believe it or not. So I guess maybe there is something that Firefox can't do. Yeah. Anyway, I need this BlueFi. At least on this version of iOS, I actually can't update Firefox, unfortunately, anymore. Yeah, I still have to use an older version, but anyway, so we're going to use this BlueFi. Yeah, I'm going to now navigate to the website, so I'm going to pause the video. Alright, so here we are again at the BlueRetro.io website. Okay, so now, I think we decided that was just System Manager, right? Here we go. Okay, then connect BlueRetro. Here we go. Now it's showing up. Okay, so let's click on this. It should be okay. Nice. Cool. Alright, so I guess it's connecting, supposedly. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to pause the video while it's thinking. Okay, so it actually disconnected. There's like a little box that came up and said it disconnected, and it shows it here on the log too. Bluetooth device disconnected. Arg. So I guess let's try it again, maybe. Took me to the GitHub page. Interesting. Didn't want to go to the GitHub page. Alright, well, I'll just pause the video while I figure this out. Okay, so yeah, so now I have Firefox open. So we're going to go to connect BlueRetro. And yeah, and I actually tried this before, so it says Bluetooth API is not available. And then it says to turn on the experimental web platform features. So I was doing a bunch of research, well, a bit of research on this, and actually, interestingly enough, so the Mozilla.org developer, some of their documentation. Mozilla creates Firefox, by the way, in case you didn't know, but yeah, they do have documentation on this Bluetooth API, and actually it's, as it says, experimental technology, and so looking down here at the browser compatibility list, Firefox actually doesn't support it, and it never has, and I don't know if it will, but I hope it does someday. But anyway, it looks like we will have to use another browser, so yeah, so that browser on the iOS, it supposedly supports it, but it was sending us the error, so we'll probably have to use something different. So yeah, so obviously we could use Chrome since version 56 it says, or Edge. I don't like I was saying before, like this is Linux now. As you can see, this is an older laptop from like 12 years ago, but it runs great with Linux. But anyway, yeah, I like to kind of stay away from the big tech names. I like to use smaller stuff. So I think what I'm actually going to do is we're going to try downloading Opera, because yeah, I've heard that's a cool browser. Yeah, so anyway, and it looks like they have Opera for Android as well, and yeah, that also supports it, so I could do it on my phone if I want to, but we'll do it on the computer just so we can actually film it. So yeah, I'm going to pause the video while I download Opera. Okay, yeah, so I just went to here, opera.com, and then when I clicked on download, it detected I was on Linux, and so yeah, even shows like a little penguin here next to the download button, which is kind of cool. So yeah, so I'm not sure exactly how big this is going to be. It looks like it's just a Debian file, which is fine, because yeah, I'm using Deep in Linux, which is based off of Debian. So yeah, so yes, this should work just fine. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go in here and install it. Okay, so well, let me back up. So yeah, so I tried to just install it from the Debian package, and it says I'm missing some dependencies. So anyway, I just went on to the Deepin store, whatever they call it, where you can install apps, and looks like they have Opera here. So I usually try to not install apps from here and just install them directly from the websites as much as possible, just because Sometimes these apps aren't updated all the way up to date, and so anyway, I guess we're just going to install it from the store because this will probably work, because I was trying to resolve the dependencies and yeah, it just wasn't having it. So anyway. Alright, so it looks like Opera is done downloading, so let's go ahead and open that up. Yeah, this computer takes a second to load because it does have a mechanical hard drive in it. Wow, it actually loaded faster than I expected. Nice. Cool. Help Opera improve by sending features usage information. Sure, I'll help. Yeah, why not? Okay, anyway. Okay, I'll go through all this Opera setup later. For first, oh, they call it speed dial. Speed dial, interesting. Okay, so let's just go to the BlueRetro. So BLUERETRO and then .io. Yep, there it is. Okay, let's turn the 64 back on. Alright. Okay, so let's go to the System Manager, connect BlueRetro. Okay, so I guess there is probably something I have to still set. I guess that actually kind of makes sense because, whoops. Because back on this thing, it says that it is supported, but I think you have to set it. Let's see. From version 43, this feature is behind the Enable Experimental Web Platform features. It needs to be set to enable. So you have to visit opera // flags. So let's go ahead and copy that. Okay, and then let's go back to Opera. So let's open up a new page here, and then hopefully this works. And I've never used Opera before. Oh, here we go. Okay, nice. So careful, these experiments may bite. That's funny. Experimental features ahead by enabling these. This is one thing I like about smaller, like open source. I don't know if Opera's open source, but just like smaller projects in general, is like they just have like little jokes in here that you wouldn't ever see in like a well, I was gonna say professional, but I mean I don't want to say this isn't professional, but just like a bigger company that like they try to really cover their tail everywhere they go. Like for example in the Linux terminal, when you're using like sudo command for the first time, it says, you know, we expect you know what you're doing, and with great power comes great responsibility, you know, quote unquote, from Spider-Man. Like you would never see that in Windows. Can you imagine Windows, something like that? Anyway. Okay, well, let's see. So let's see. So what was the flag that we had to look for? This is experimental web platform features. That's all it says. So what do? Just click on available? Okay, I'm going to pause the video while I try to figure this out. Okay, so I think I might have found it. I did a search up here for Bluetooth, and then, yeah, this web Bluetooth came up. So let's change this to enabled. And then, so it says your changes will take effect the next time you relaunch the browser. Okay. Nice. Okay, so yeah, before I relaunch, I'm actually going to go through this. First time using Opera, so I'm going to go through this real quick just because I don't want to lose it. So hold on. Okay, so there we go. So restart Opera, went through their setup and stuff, and it actually looks pretty cool. I actually might start using Opera from now on. I know Firefox, they got into some political issues I wasn't necessarily fond of a while back. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll start trying to use Opera, especially if they have other, what do you call it? Like these experimental features and stuff that are available. So, and also it has a built-in VPN from what I've heard. So Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and try this. So, alright, so it says not found error. Well, it's still not working. Yeah, no, it's too bad. I wonder why this would not be working. It might be maybe something else. No, I think it should. Requesting Bluetooth device. Oh, you know what it might be? So this computer actually doesn't have Bluetooth built in, and since it's older, so I had to use this dongle. I wonder if Bluetooth is turned on. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, so here's the Bluetooth settings. So yeah, it should be on, supposedly. Try resetting it, turn it off, and then turn it back on. Yeah, I guess I could always connect to this with the USB cable, but I really wanted to get the Bluetooth stuff working, especially because I don't know if the settings work over USB, so. Okay, well anyway, so should be on, right? Let's try this again, maybe. Let's try refreshing the page. Connect BlueRetro. Yeah, it just like goes right away to not found error. I really hope I don't have to use Chrome. I was getting excited about Opera. Okay, I'm going to pause the video and play around with this a bit. Okay, so doing a bit more research. It looks like other people have also had this problem. Web Bluetooth doesn't work in Opera right now, so yeah, it looks like it's a bug. Yeah, interestingly enough, I guess Opera is actually based off of Chromium, which is the same as, what do you call it? Well, Chrome obviously, and Edge, and a lot of stuff. Yeah, Firefox is kind of its own thing still, but anyway, yeah, it looks like it's already been documented as a bug, so yeah, might not be able to use Opera to connect to this adapter, unfortunately. So now, however, I was looking on here, and it looks like they did say that there was another browser that might work. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. So Brave. Haven't ever heard of this browser before, but I don't know. I think I might just download Chrome just for this one use case, and then yeah, just never use it again. But anyway, not that Chrome is like a bad browser. I mean, it obviously is really good. You know, works really well. I just, like I said, it's more of just I like using smaller things. I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket, just one big company. Anyway, I'm going to, yeah, probably download Chrome. I'm going to research Brave real quick just to see what this is, because I've never heard of that before. But yeah, I might just end up downloading Chrome for this use case. So yeah, anyway. Okay, so yeah, just typing in Brave here. It actually does show up. So yeah, I'm going to give Brave a try. Yeah, like I said, I don't know much about this browser, but it says surf the internet without ads. So, I mean, I guess that sounds pretty good to me. Let's just hope it can also connect to the BlueRetro N64 adapter. Okay, so here we go. Got Brave web browser downloaded here. So let's go ahead and see if this one will work. Let's see, ready for the best privacy online? Set Brave as your default. No, I'm not ready to set as default. I don't know very much about this browser. Brave, the new internet. Nice. Okay, I'm going to pause the video while I go through this welcome stuff. Okay, alright, so now, I don't know exactly, Brave wasn't even listed on that compatibility list from the Mozilla, but assuming it's Chromium based, we're going to try to go to Brave ://config, kind of like what we did on Opera, and hopefully this works. Nope, it did not work. Well, maybe it's maybe it just works by default. So let's just go to BlueRetro.io. Okay, let's see if this works. Bluetooth API is not available. Alright. Okay. I'm going to pause the video one more time, see if I can figure out how to enable this, and if not, then we might just have to transgress and try Chrome. Totally kidding, but kind of serious too. Okay, so here's something promising. It says about config is for Firefox, and in Chrome and Brave, the symbol page is Brave : flags. So, alright. Let's give it a try. Come on, Brave, don't let us down. Nice. Okay, so Brave : /flags instead of config. So yeah, that's okay. All right, but now this page looks familiar to what we were looking at before. So let's type in Bluetooth here. Okay, web Bluetooth. All right. Okay, let's go to enabled. Changes will take effect the next time you relaunch Brave. It's amazing how similar all these Chromium-based browsers are. Don't ask again. Okay, so now let's relaunch Brave. Okay, nice. Okay, so now let's go back here. Connect Blue. This did say, yeah, it says it's enabled. Okay, great. So now let's do connect BlueRetro. And it's the exact same thing. It's almost like it doesn't even try. I don't know, I'm still not entirely convinced that this weird setup I have with this Bluetooth is working. Although when I searched for Bluetooth devices, I was able to actually see the 64 controller in the list of Bluetooth devices. I wasn't able to like completely connect to it, but I did see it there. So yeah, anyway, alright, well, I'm just gonna cave and we'll download Chrome just for this one instance. Yeah, it's because apparently these other browsers, I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe it won't. If it doesn't work in Chrome either, then I don't know, I might have to just like try to use Chrome on my phone maybe, and then just like take screenshots, I guess, and then I'll just talk over the screenshots. I guess that's another option. CHROME. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and install this. Another thing I don't like about Chrome is that, so Chrome's philosophy, from what I understand, is if you have the RAM, it will use it all. It's not really resource efficient. So if you have a bunch of tabs open, it will just really bog down your computer if it eats up all the RAM. Whereas like Firefox is kind of is more frugal, and so you can have a bunch of tabs open, but it's not gonna try to keep RAM available for all of them. So something like that. But anyway, yeah, just different philosophies from what I understand. So yeah, especially running on like an older computer like this, the frugaler the better. Run the computer like it's 2009, right? Well, anyway, I'm going to pause the video while this downloads. Okay, Chrome successfully installed, it said. So now let's click on open and close this. And see how fast Chrome launches. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too slow. Okay, alright, so now I'm going to assume Twisted Metal Peacock trailer? Is that, are they making a new Twisted Metal game, or is that like something else? Huh. I actually, yeah, I worked with one of the developers on that game. I didn't work on the game, but I worked with him on a different project. That's kind of cool though. Anyway, I've actually never played Twisted Metal, but I've heard good things about it. So anyway, okay, let's try this again. It's probably gonna say that we have to enable the experimental stuff. So, all right, let's see. So it's not gonna be Brave. It's probably gonna be Chrome : flags, right? Hopefully. Yep. Nice. Okay. So now let's type in Bluetooth. Okay, web Bluetooth, we'll do enabled. Okay, relaunch. Well, it relaunched really quick. That's pretty impressive. I guess the other ones did too, but still, it's always nice to see that. Okay, so now let's go to here. See, Chrome loaded both tabs, even though I was only on this one, whereas Firefox, it doesn't load every single tab you have open. It only loads the one that you're currently on. And so, like, if you recently launched Firefox, it'll load each tab after you click on it. And I don't know, maybe you can change that in Chrome, but anyway, just like I was saying. Yeah, different philosophies. Okay, so now this is good. So now a little dialog has come up. So this is the farthest we've got so far, besides using that browser on the iPad, which didn't end up working. Except now it's saying no compatible devices found. So let's make sure that Bluetooth is turned on over here. It seems like it is. Let's try turning it off and turning it back on. I don't know, this might... I don't know if this is going to work exactly because... Oh, it's scanning. Good. Like I said, with using this adapter, I just don't know how reliable that is. So I assume that you would need to be in pair mode for this adapter. But I mean, at this point, I am like using even the browser that they suggest using, so I would hope that this would work. Yeah, and seeing this light is flashing, so that means it's in pair mode. So, yeah. It did show up on the iPad, so I would hope it would show up on here too. Let's see, let's try refreshing the page, I guess. And then do it again. What's it saying? I can't see anything. Yeah, this is just not working. Alright, I'm going to try it on my phone. My phone came pre-installed with Chrome, and I don't think I ever used it, but yeah, I'm going to try my phone and I'll just take screenshots. Okay, so yeah, so here, here's a screenshot of my phone. So yeah, it said it needed permissions to ask or to find Bluetooth devices, so I said allow on that. And then after that, then it went to this screen where then it was able to find the BlueRetro device for the Nintendo 64. So then I clicked on pair, and yeah, and then after that, it was just sitting. In fact, it still is, and so now I'm just doing this voiceover while it's like initiating the config DOM domain, whatever. Not sure how long this is going to take, but anyway, it's just kind of sitting here. It's been maybe like 5 minutes or something, but whereas on the instructions, it said that it could take like 45 minutes compared to 5 minutes to connect. I don't know. This is farther than I got on the iPad, let's just put it that way, and it's farther than I got on the desktop too. So anyway, at least it hasn't aired out yet, so I guess I'll just let it sit here for a little bit and hopefully something comes from it. Okay, so I went back to the index and then I clicked on BlueRetro Advanced Config, and now I'm on the right page where I can change the rumble feature. I'm actually going to update the firmware first, just because yeah, I'm not sure if it's on the most recent updates. I figured before doing all the configuration stuff, might as well update, because I don't know if it erases your configuration after updating. So yeah, it looks like there are Linux instructions here, and then in the instruction booklet you can see it only has instructions for Windows, since it's a .exe as we were talking about before. But yeah, should be able to do this on Linux. So yeah, just looks like there's just some terminal commands here. So anyway, looks like, I guess we have to, yeah, buy a USB serial. So I guess we're gonna have to connect it. We'll have to connect it to the computer via USB-C. So yeah, that's fine. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, there we go. So yes, I just connected the controller. Wow, and interesting. So, wow, okay. I don't know what to make of this, but so the Nintendo 64 is turned off. But yeah, when I connect it, it actually turns on the light on the 64 as well. Interesting. Yeah, this is the cable, by the way, that came with my Nintendo 64 online controller. But yeah, it's like it's taking power from the computer and powering this, but then also powering the light on the 64. That is very interesting. Wow, I'm curious to see if anything's showing up on this TV. I plugged it into a CRT now. I doubt it, but because the Nintendo 64 power supply is 12 volts, so yeah, nothing's showing up. I guess there's just enough power that's powering in the light. That is very interesting. Okay, well, anyway, turn that TV off. Oh, whoops. I have two TVs here, and so since it's a Sony remote, sometimes when I hit the power button, it will activate the other TV as well. Oh, come on. Turn off. Okay, I'm going to block the IR sensor, and then, yeah, hopefully it doesn't turn back on. Okay. Well, anyway, so let's go ahead and I'm going to follow these steps. I guess you don't have to necessarily watch me do all this, but yeah, I'm going to follow these steps on updating the firmware, and yeah, hopefully this works. Okay, so yeah, so actually I guess I can show where to download this. So it says to go to this site. So this is our, what we were looking at before, the darthcloud.itch.io BlueRetro. So download now. And no, I'm just going to say, just take me to the downloads. Okay, so, alright, looks like this January. Okay, so this is the most recent one, it looks like. You'd think the most recent would be on the top, but because this is, hold on, hardware 1. Oh boy, I don't know if I have hardware 1 or hardware 2. I assume that's what HW stands for. Yeah, it looks like there's two different versions. Interesting. Wow, I don't know what to say about that. Let's see if it says something in this instruction manual. Since I didn't build this kit myself, I'm not entirely sure. So, and this actually says to go to a different website as well, but although actually, was that the website I was on? No, this is just blueretro.com/support. Interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I could try going to this website that says in the instruction booklet. Yeah, I'll try this. Let's try this. This site real quick. And pause the video while I type that out. Okay, so here's the that it said to take to. And here we just see instructions for Linux once again. I mean, sorry, for Windows. So, I don't know, maybe they have a, let's see, maybe they have a Linux version of this. Okay, now here it says based on firmware 1.8.3. On here it says, oh yeah, 1.8.3, so it's the same hardware version, or software version, so it might be the same thing. Okay, well, I'm gonna try, because I like it when there's a GUI. I don't mind using the terminal. I've kind of had Linux, you kind of have to learn how to use the terminal, it seems like, usually. Yeah, if there is a GUI, I like GUIs. So it says Windows users. Yeah, it looks like this is just Mac OS and then Windows. Unfortunately, I don't have either of those with me right now. I only have my Linux computer, so I guess I could use, there's someone else here who has a Windows computer, so I guess I could use their computer if I really wanted to. But I'm going to try doing this. Since it doesn't look like this GUI is going to work, I'm going to try doing this over here. And I'll just try, I'm going to assume I have hardware too, just because I just barely bought this. And so I'm going to assume it's up to date, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I'm going to download that, and then I'm going to try to follow these commands, I guess. And yeah, hopefully it works. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So anyway, I'm going to pause the video while I try to figure this out. Okay, so I just wanted to show this before so I downloaded the firmware, and then I ended up unplugging the BlueRetro from the 64 because I didn't like how it was feeding power back into the system. It's probably harmless, but I doubt that was I doubt the 64 was designed to do that. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe Nintendo planned a prohibitives of some sort that that would take power from the control part. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Anyway, I'm just going to try to update it without having it plugged in, so yeah. Okay, so I think I found something that is maybe a bit more reliable. So yeah, so this is this is on the GitHub, the Darth Cloud's GitHub. I know, and I was looking on here on the Linux, it just has a bunch of, it just looks like there's a bunch of paths. I don't really see any, I don't know, maybe you just take this whole thing and just put it into the terminal and hit enter. I guess I can try that, but it's interesting because then over here, it actually is, there's a different commands here, so yeah, and there's not really any instructions. Oh, maybe there are. Let's see. Once flashed by OT web interface, FW flashed by USB won't be loaded anymore until the adapter is factory set. Only internal flash firmware now supported. Yeah, because see, now this is saying to use a esptool.py. I don't know if I have that program on my computer, but yeah, anyway, I'm going to either try this one or the other one, and we'll see what happens. And if it doesn't work, then I might just have to do it via Bluetooth with my phone. So anyway. Okay, so here we are on this page. So yeah, I was able to connect to the BlueRetro again, and I went to the update page. And then, yeah, it asked me to, so I downloaded the file just on my phone, and then it's extracted it, and now I'm going to open it with the Files app. And yeah, so here you can see here, I actually picked the hardware too. And yeah, as you can see, it said that the hardware and the firmware, there was a mismatch. So then I went back and downloaded hardware 1, and then as you can see here, it did start to download. And yeah, it actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. It only took maybe probably like 4 minutes. So yeah, it was pretty quick. And then I was able to get into the advanced configuration after updating. I mean, I was able to get into it before, but yeah. Anyway, and then the go config. Yeah, I changed the memory card bank to number 4 because I'm hoping that will let me then go in and like have a memory card connected to slot 4, controller slot 4. And then I'll turn on Rumble for the other slots. Although actually, as you can see on this screen, it says you can do both at the same time. I've heard that if you do both, that sometimes it can cause games to just not read the controller pack because it's like it doesn't expect you to plug in a Rumble pack and a controller pack at the same time, because obviously, like on the original Nintendo 64 controller, there's only one slot for either a Rumble pack or a memory card. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to try this on a game that, like Hydro Thunder, that supports both, because on that game you actually have to unplug one and then plug in the other and kind of swap them back and forth. So anyway, we'll have to test that out. Okay, so I think I got this all set up. There's actually this cool site on here on the GitHub page where it has a bunch of instructions on what the configuration means. So yeah, just following that, and then yeah, you can see here I just have it hooked, still just powering off this USB cable, and yeah, I was able to make the configuration. So anyway, let's go ahead and test it out now. Okay, so here we have the BlueRetro adapter hooked up to the 64 again. Hooked up to this CRT because then we can see what the lag really feels like, since I'm not sure how much lag was on that projector. Alright, yeah, it looks like it's working so far. Now I'm kind of thinking, I was holding down in my attempts to get it working on Linux. I was holding down this button for a while, and so anyway, I think I deleted when this was trying to sync. Plus I was trying to sync this to the computer, so I doubt it's going to be synced to this BlueRetro still, so I'll probably have to resync this controller. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Okay, so I'm just going to hold down this sync button. Oh, did it sync? Because this light turned off. Interesting. Huh, I didn't quite catch what was happening there, but yeah, the sync light turned off, so let's see, how do you... Oh, there we go, it turned back on. Okay, so this should sync up here. There we go, nice. Okay, so now let's see if I push start. Yep, yeah, it looks like it's... Yep, looks like it's working. Okay, cool. Yeah, this TV has a bit of red push, by the way, I'm noticing, but it still looks really good. I'm really impressed with this little TV. Yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and let's go into a match. Oh, I don't want to do time. I want to do stock. Cool. Yeah, so see, it shows the 4 controllers connected here. That's cool. Okay, yeah, okay, let's see if the Rumble works. If this doesn't work, then Smash Bros. Might be a game where if you have it set to both, then you have to actually set it to just one, so you can't have it set to like memory card and Rumble. Yeah, I'm not feeling any Rumble, so unless it just doesn't work with this, wow, I'm not. Unless it just doesn't work with this Nintendo 64 controller, but I mean the Nintendo Switch Nintendo 64 controller. But yeah, let's see here. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna turn this off. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna turn this off, and then I'm gonna go back in. I won't re-record myself, but I'm gonna go back in and reconfigure the BlueRetro. So then I'm gonna change it to, instead of saying both, just to say Rumble, and then let's see what happens. Okay, let's try this again. So I went in and changed it to just rumble instead of both. So let's see if the rumble feature works now. Let's see here. Turn this controller. There we go. Took a second to connect, but then it connected. No problem. Okay, let's do a time for now. Just want to see if this rumble works. Unless I don't know. I know it worked on Smash Remix, and I thought I tested this on a real cartridge too. Oh yeah, now it's working. Yep, now there's rumble. Okay, so that's what it was. So yeah, so having both on at the same time, at least for Smash Brothers, makes it so at least rumble doesn't work, and probably neither. Wow, Donkey Kong. You could have totally made it back there. But okay, whatever. I forgot we were doing time. Well, anyway. Alright, so this is working. Well, that's a bummer because the thing is I don't know if there's a way to change whether you have a controller pack or rumble feature attached at the same time. And if there isn't, then it could be a little bit problematic, because then if there's games where you would switch between the rumble pack and the controller pack, then that means that you'll only be able to use one or the other, which would probably just be the controller pack, because then you can at least save. But yeah, that would be kind of unfortunate. Now what I'm hoping is, like I said before, I hope that you can like have the controller pack hooked into controller 4, and then you can still save. That's my hope. So anyway, let's go ahead and fire up a game that I know uses the controller pack and the rumble feature. That would be Hydro Thunder. And yeah, let's see what happens in that game. Okay. Alright, accessing controller pack. Okay. So, oh, sorry, let me fix this so it's not flashing the camera. There we go. Okay, so it says no controller pack detected in controller 1. If you would like to use controller pack, insert in controller 1. Requires 1 note data and 6 free spaces. Okay, so that's a little unfortunate because that means that you can't read the controller pack, I guess, from other ports. I think that's what this is saying. So I'm going to go back in just to see if the controller pack is working. I'm going to switch the configuration to controller pack, and then let's see if it loads farther. Okay, let's see what happens. Accessing controller pack. Okay, so now it's saying that it was a damaged controller pack. Oh, sorry, this is flashing again. There we go. Okay. So it says damaged controller pack. Repairing may cause save files to be erased. Attempt to repair. Okay. Well, yeah, let's attempt to repair. Let's see what happens. Repair succeeded. Alright, well, that's good. Expansion pack detected. Okay, well, supposedly this is going to let us save now. Yeah, of course, see, we can't use the rumble pack. I don't know how we would do both at the same time. Well, okay, well, anyway, now we know that the memory pack is able to be used, and so now knowing that, let's see what happens if we go in and we change it to both at the same time. I know it didn't work on Smash Bros, which is a real bummer. yeah, I wonder. I'm going to kind of play around with this a bit. I don't have to necessarily show you every single thing I try, but I'm just going to see if I can get both to work at the same time. So, yeah. Okay, so now it's saying that there's an unsupported device inserted, or it is a damaged controller pack. Repairing may cause save files to be erased. So, yeah, so what I did is I changed it to be both. So, both controller pack and the Rumble pack. And yeah, so this is a new screen. So I'm going to say just attempt to repair, just see what happens. Now it says repair failed. Controller pack invalid. Okay. Well, just curious, let's see if the Rumble pack works when it's in this mode on this game. Boy, you know, I think I remember seeing another video where someone was saying that there is a way to swap between the controller pack and the Rumble pack on the fly. Like I think you could do. He was saying there's like a macro you could do or something like that. But yeah, let's just see if we can release the Rumble pack works on this mode. Let's get this to start quickly. If Rumble pack is to be used, please insert it in the controller and press any button. Okay, well, there should be lots of Rumble, so no, it's not working. No Rumble right now. Crashing into the side and stuff. Yeah, no Rumble at all. By the way, I said this before, I know, but this TV is like really cool. I bought it from a gaming convention place, and I really don't think they ever used it. Like, it looks perfect. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, besides a little bit of red push, I noticed, but yeah, we can look into that later. But alright, well, anyway, I'm gonna do some more research and try some more stuff, so I'll record again if I have any more updates. Okay. Alright, sweet. Okay, so what I did is there was actually a YouTube video I found where Darth, what's his name? Darth Crash or whatever. The guy that is behind the BlueRetro project. He made a YouTube video where he actually explained exactly the problem I was hoping would be solvable. So anyway, we're going to test this out a bit, but yeah, basically there is a macro that you can set on that page that I showed before, and basically what happens is that so when you push the home button, it will switch between the Rumble pack and the controller pack, supposedly, and so I set it to be the Rumble pack by default. So on the on that drop down, first drop down, I set it to Rumble pack. And now I'm hoping when I push the home button, because see right now it says there's not a Rumble pack, so I'm hoping when I push the home button, then it'll switch to the, it says there's not a controller pack, so when I push the home button, it should switch to the controller pack. So, alright, I pushed the home button and I felt a slight rumble, so I assume that did something. And so now I'm going to push insert new controller pack. Okay, it says controller pack exchanged. Alright, press the A button to continue. Okay, it says the same thing again. Expansion pack detected. Alright, so I went through that menu twice. I'm not sure why exactly, but it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so I'm going to assume that this is going to be saving. So, in fact, let's see if we can get it to save something. I don't remember exactly. Well, let's see. I think if we finish a race, so see right now, I shouldn't have any scores on here because this is a new save file. So I should show up here. Let's see, how do you go to the... Okay. I don't know, this might be kind of tricky to to test on here. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, it does go up there. So yeah, so SER is at the top here at Lake Powell. Okay, great. Alright, so that means let's go to Lake Powell, let's get a record, and I'll put my nickname as Fox, and see if that shows up. Why are there two of these up here? I don't remember. I'm just going to choose the first one, I guess. Oh, it doesn't let you pick Lake Powell, you have to unlock it, it looks like. Okay, we'll just do Lost Island, I guess. This is a really fun game, by the way. Alright, yeah, let's do these again. Yeah, I played this game. One of my friends let me borrow it back in the day. And yeah, I played it a lot. Really fun game. Okay, so now it says if a rumble pack is to be used, insert it. Okay, so I'm going to push the home button again. Okay, that time I felt a stronger rumble, whereas the other one was pretty soft. That was stronger. So let's see if it rumbles now. I expect it should. Yep, yeah, it's rumbling. Yeah, going off track, it is rumbling. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, there was, and actually, I think this macro is actually enabled by default because I didn't actually have to change anything on that page. Now that I think about it, because yeah, when I was looking at it, it was already all set. So, yeah, I probably could have done this before. Yeah, using the boost works. I feel that rumble. Yeah, the rumble feels great too. This is really cool having a wireless controller, having this rumble feature work. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna pause the video while I finish the race and then we'll see if it saves. Alright. It says the finish line is right ahead, so it says I'm in 6th place right now. Okay, I finished in 5th. Nice. Okay, so it says I got a new high score. Great. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Alright, enter initials. Great. Okay, so let's do Fox. Let's see. Oh, doesn't wrap around. That's okay. Alright, Fox. O X. Okay. Alright. Okay, cool. So I'm in 1st place for this Lost Island place. Alright, great. So I'm going to say go back to main menu. Okay, so now I'm going to push the home button. Okay, I felt a soft rumble there. And then I'm going to say insert new controller pack. Saving to controller pack. Oh, this is weird. Controller pack enhanced. Does that just mean you're using a controller pack? Okay, what's this saying? Saving to controller pack 1 may overwrite previous game data. Yeah, I want to save it to controller pack. Why is it? Controller pack. It's like it does it twice. I don't know why it does it twice. I hope I didn't set it up where there's like 2 controller packs saved to the same controller. I don't know. It was weird. It's because like those settings that I was showing you before, it was like let's see, I'm going to circle around to, what was it, the island something. But yeah, those settings, it was weird because it was like you could assign like controller pack 2 to output 1, it looked like, and I don't know, it was just weird. So I hope I didn't set it up in a strange way, because yeah, it's a little worrying that it shows that saving screen twice. Okay, Lost Island, I think that's where I was, right? Oh, there was my favorite ship as a kid, the number 9. Looks like a spaceship. Okay, there I am. Alright, Lost Island, first place. Nice. Okay, so now yeah, you know what? Actually, the EverDrive, now that I think about it, I think the EverDrive has a memory card manager. Well, anyway, so this does appear to be working. So now I'm going to turn off the Nintendo 64, and let's go into the memory card manager of the EverDrive. If I can figure out how to do that. Push start. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh. Would you look at that? Oh, so, hold on. Oh, no way. Oh, that's actually really cool. So on the EverDrive, if you push start, it will go into the game that you played last, apparently. I'm just going to do this one more time. So I just push the... In fact, yeah, I guess since we're already here, let's just... Okay, it says Hydro Thunder game data loaded, so that's good. I wonder what the expansion pack does on this game. I don't think it turns it into 480i. It doesn't look like 480i. Yeah, I can see the black lines between the scan lines. Okay, yeah, so let's go back and see if the high score's there still. I'm going to cycle through the other way this time. Hopefully we get there faster. Is it Lost Island? Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's see if the high score still shows up. For it to go up. Yep, there it is. Yeah, so it did save, so that's good. Alright, well, that's great. Right now, let's see if I can figure out how to get into the memory card manager. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Yeah, I'll have to look. Okay, let me pause the video while I figure this out. Okay, I think I figured it out. So you actually have to push the Z button, and then it brings up this menu. So, yeah, and then looks like there's a controller pack manager. Ah, interesting. There's not a controller pack in one. Wow, well that is interesting. Boy, I don't know what to think of that. So, oh, now there is. Oh, right, because before, that's right, because before I had this as the Rumble pack, so that's why controller wasn't showing up. Although, interesting enough, I thought I set controller 2, 3, and 4 to be Rumble first as well, but I guess not. Now let's see. Now, is there a way to see what's inside of these? I'm not entirely sure. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure there is on the website. Interesting. Or if not, I wonder if there's a way to do it in Hydro Thunder. And see if I can figure out how to load into the memory pack screen in Hydro Thunder. Hopefully there's a way. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so yeah, here's another good use of the iPad. So yeah, I actually looked online, just did a quick search, and yeah, I was able to find this on the Internet Archive. So I'm gonna look in here and see if I can figure out how to, well, see if there is a memory card menu and then how to get in there. So hold on. Oh, so while looking for this, it actually says what the expansion pack's for. It's for 3 or 4 player gameplay, so that's good. So we can test more controllers later on. Okay, here we go. So yes, it says press and hold start upon powering up to or reset to access the controller pack menu. So I'm going to try that. So let's go in here, start game, and I'm going to hold down the start button. That did not work. Maybe it's because it's not set to read the controller pack right now, since I don't have Okay, let's see, I'm going to try, let's push reset, and then I'm going to push the home button. Okay, so now it should be in controller pack mode. Now let's do Hydro Thunder again. Okay, and then start game, hold down start. There we go. Alright, so yeah, so this would be the, yeah, so here it is, Hydro Thunder. So yeah, this should be the controller 1 memory card, because before it said that you had to have it in controller 1. So okay. Okay, so another macro that was on there was, it said that if I push the capture button, then I can like rotate memory cards. So let's see what happens if I push the capture button. Nothing. Let's see. Pages free, start, quit. So I don't want to erase it. Okay, well anyway, I think that's good enough. So I just pushed this once. Let's see if I take it away. So now it's rumble, but then it's still showing it here. So I think it just reads it once. And then, yeah. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn off the 64, and then I'm going to turn it back on, because I want to see if we can get, if the rotating thing is working. So now I'm going to push the home button. Okay, now we're in memory card mode. Now I'm going to push the capture button once. And now I'm going to push start, and that should bring us to Hydro Thunder. Nope, it says no controller pack detected in controller 1. So let's just see if we can, actually here's a good way to do it. Controller pack enhanced. Also, see, now it says that there's one in there. Oh no, it still says there's no controller pack. Okay. Alright. Let's see, let's push the capture button again. I thought that that's how this worked, but maybe I didn't set up the controller packs correctly. Insert new controller pack, or maybe I just have one. Yeah, I must have not set it up correctly. So, alright, I'm going to go back onto the setting, because actually, you know what, hold on, let me try, assuming this is really rotating. That means if I do this enough times, it should go back to the controller packing. That was the number 1, so I think I've done it twice right now. So insert new controller pack. Okay, now I'm going to push the capture button again. Okay, still not. So capture button, insert new controller pack. No. Okay, I've hit this enough times that it should have. Oh, hold on. Oh, you know what it is? I think it's because every time I hit the capture button, then it... Oh boy, now I'm getting confused. Hold on. Because I think you might have to push the home button every time you cycle through it. So let's try this one more time. Okay. Now I'm going to push start. So we should be in rumble mode right now. So I'm going to push the... Okay, I push the button, the rumble button once. And now I'm going to push the capture button. Okay, so now I think we might be in number 2. Nope. Okay, I'm going to push the rumble button again. Okay, so now I think we're in number 2, because what I tried to do is I tried to set up every controller so the default is rumble feature, and then if you push the home button, then it switches you to controller pack mode. So now let's see if there's a controller pack. There should be, and it should. Oh nope. So this is the controller pack that. This is the player 1 controller pack. So I don't. Well, I wish there was a way to see all the controller packs that are connected at the same time. I wonder, let's see, is there a way to start? Hydro Thunder game loaded, expansion pack detected. Okay, well that's not what I want to do. Okay, let's try this again. Let's turn it off. Let's turn it back on. Okay, so before I go into the game, okay, so I'm going to click. Okay, so now we're in controller mode. I guess I can pause the video while I try to figure this out. Okay, so I actually figured it out right away. Okay, so what happens is when you go, so the mode that you're in resets when you go into a game. So when you pick the mode in the EverDrive menu, then I guess it's in that mode. But then when you go into the game, then it defaults to the regular mode, whatever you set as a default. So mine is Rumble, since that's what I'll usually be using. And yeah, so then after that, then when I went into this game, then I hit the home button again to put in memory card mode, and then the capture button. And now it's actually saying that there's a damaged controller pack. So yeah, so that's good. Okay, so now we should be on controller pack number 2. So now I'm going to hit the capture button again. And then I'm going to hit the home button. Okay, so that was a hard rumble. So now we're in rumble mode. So now I'm going to hit the home button. Okay, so now we should be in, hopefully, controller pack 3, like third player controller packs, and I'm going to hit insert new controller pack. Okay, good, it's still damaged. So now I'm going to hit the capture button again. Now it should be in number 4, insert new controller pack. Okay, damaged, great. Okay, that's because when you set up the controller packs on this BlueRetro, it doesn't actually format it, so you'd have to format it. Yeah, we're not going to do that right now. Okay, now if I hit the capture button one more time, that should take us to our player 1 controller pack. So now I'm going to do insert new controller pack. And there it is. Okay, we figured out the mystery. Alright, so if this was a little confusing, let me see if I can... so I'll try to explain it the best I can. So basically, actually, you know what, I'll bring up the snapshot again, and then I'll show it there. So hold on. Okay, so this is what I did to get this working. So on this screen, where it says global config, so where it says bank 4, so on every, I went through banks 1 through 4 for the memory card, and yeah, and then so I clicked, like, for example, bank 1, and then I clicked save, bank 2 slave, bank 3 slave, bank 4 slave, and then after that, let's see here. And I think I can't remember if I did this at the same time or not, but also on output config, then I went through output 1 through 4, again, controllers 1 through 4. And yeah, and I changed all of them to Rumble and then saved them all as well. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I think I did global config first and then output config. But I think, actually, you know what, I think what I might have done is I did, like, for example, I selected bank 1, and then I went to output 1, and I saved both of them at the same time as Rumble first, and then I did bank 2, output 2, saved them both as Rumble, and, you know, so on through 3 and 4. Yeah, anyway, that's something like that I did. It was, yeah, kind of hard to figure out, but yeah, it's working now, it appears. So, well, I guess we'll find out, because now we'll sync more controllers, and if they all have Rumble feature enabled, then I'll assume that it's working, because we were able to cycle through the controller packs before. So anyway, it should be working now. Okay, so to test out the 4 players, I thought we might as well go into Smash Remix here. Okay, and let's see, let's just look at this instruction booklet real quick to see how to sync several different controllers. So, alright, so here it says that there's the 4 lights, so that makes sense. Yeah, so far my takeaways from this is that this adapter is really like, it really can be plug and play, but it's also like kind of complicated to get everything set up correctly. So yeah, it's kind of both. But yeah, I think we're pretty close though. Alright, so I think this is the page that we need to be looking at. So it says, after the first controller is successfully connected, press and hold boot for 3 seconds to start pairing of the new controller. Oh, that's pretty straightforward. So right now it's just one controller. There should be a red light that's showing on the adapter. And then as we connect more controllers, then it will should have more light show. So let's see if we see a red light. Oh yeah, sure enough. So yeah, so take a look at this. You can see that red light. And then there's 3 more there, so alright, so let me go ahead and grab another controller real quick, and we'll try to sync it. Okay, there we go. Boy, my PS4 controller that my friend Lance Leon gave me, yeah, it was dead, and boy, I tell you what, PS4 controller is like the hardest controller in the world to get to charge. I tried a bunch of different like USB charging adapters I had, and I finally used my Amazon Fire Stick USB adapter, and now it's finally charging. But yeah, I've only been able to get it to charge with like the Nintendo Switch dock and like a few other USB charger. It doesn't even work with like the iPad charger. So yeah, whatever. Yeah, you can see it's charging now. So anyway, well, let's go ahead and try to connect the PS4 controller to player 2. So according to the instructions that you're looking at, should be, I think you held it for, said to hold it for 3 seconds, right? Just double check. Yeah, hold boot for 3 seconds to start pairing the new controller. So, alright, I'll show what I'm doing down here. Okay, so I'm going to hold this down for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that must be new controller pairing mode. And now on the PS4 controller, I'm going to hold down the share button and the PS button for a little bit. Okay, it should be in syncing mode. Now this should just connect, supposedly. Let's see how long it takes. I don't think it worked. Let's try it again. Well, let's see. Let's try pushing something. No, it didn't work. So let's try it again. Yeah, so when it's blinking, I think that should mean that it's in pairing mode. Yeah, I know I've gotten this PS4 controller to sync to my Switch before with, oh, did it do something? Oh no, I think it was just, yeah, it wasn't anything. Tell you what, let's go to the versus mode screen, because then that way we can try moving the control sticks around. Okay, so it's still not working. Well, I hope we can get a PS4 controller synced to this. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I mean, unless I'm missing something. Because it should... Because this controller is still synced up, you can see. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. What am I missing here on the... Let's look at the PS4 instructions again. So... Yeah, so it just says to boot up the BlueRetro and make sure the adapter's in inquiry mode, and that means the sync LED is pulsing. Oh, you know what? I wonder... Well, no, that's what it was doing. It was pulsing, so maybe you have to hold it down longer, though? I don't no. 2, 3. Okay, so now that should be in sync mode. And then it says to push the share button and the PS button. Do you hold it down until it syncs, maybe? Yeah, that didn't seem to work. The controller simultaneous until light bar flash blink. Recording mode available. Well, I'll tell you what, since the PS4 is kind of a weird controller, let's go ahead and let's do another controller. So let's try this one, which has a pretty easy to find sync button. This is another controller that my friend Lance Leon gave to us. So yeah, so here's the sync button. Okay, so now let's see if this one will connect. If this one doesn't connect, then I think I'm probably doing something wrong. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and look, it even shows us it's the second player. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's moving player 2. So, all right, great. So now we have 2 controllers connected here. Great, awesome. Okay, let's try one more Nintendo controller. Let's try a regular Pro controller. Oh yeah, that's right. So now, let's see, we should have 2 LEDs lit up here. I just see the one. I don't see a second one on there. Interesting. But yeah, we do have 2 controllers synced up, so I'm not sure why the LED isn't showing up, but yeah. Okay, well, anyway. Alright, now let's do... Okay, so let's hold this down for 3 seconds again. Okay, now on this Pro controller, let's hold down the sync button. Okay, now this should sync up here in just a second. There we go. Oh, look, it says 3. Great, so it should be 3rd player. Yep. Okay, awesome. Alright, now we just gotta get this PS4 controller to sync up. Let's see if there's another LED that showed up here. Nope. Now see, now maybe I read the instructions wrong, but I thought as you connect more controllers, then more LEDs will show up. Doesn't appear to be what's happening. Maybe it's when you, like after you turn off the 64 and turn it back on with these controllers already synced, then maybe that's when it shows up. I don't know. I just see the red one there, but okay, whatever. Anyway, let's hold this down for 3 seconds again. Okay, so now we should be in the 4th player. So let's hold down the sync button again. Cross our fingers. Cross my fingers. Come on. Come on, PS4 controller, you can do it. Nope, nothing. Okay, I'm just gonna keep trying this. Keep crossing my fingers and hopefully it'll work. Oh, there we go. I got it that time. Okay, so I think I was doing something wrong. I'm not entirely sure what it was. This controller's kind of complicated for me, but so so what I did is how do I describe this? So I like held the share and the PS button longer, and then it started to like flash really quickly twice, and then it was off, really quickly off, really quickly off. And then I think that was actually the sync mode, and I think it's working now. Oh, what the? Oh my goodness, now it put us in 3rd player? Oh, brother. Okay. Oh, and it turned off the Pro controller. Okay, well. And still just with the one light. Okay, well, at least we have that one connected now. At least the Pro controller is very straightforward to connect, so let's just switch to 4-player now. So hold this down for 3 seconds. Okay, and then push this thing. Okay, that should connect to 4-player. There we go, 4. Alright, great. And then PS3 is on, or PS4 controller's on 3. Okay, cool. Alright, we got everything connected. Alright, so before turning off the console and seeing if that fixes the LED light issue, since it's just the red one that's showing up, let's actually just go into a match and see if the rumble feature is working on everything. So, oh, come on. It's a good thing I picked controllers that all have rumble feature. Oh, the Pro controller just disconnected by itself. Interesting. I wonder if it's slow on battery or something. Maybe there's something wrong with this adapter, I don't know. Let's try it again. It's weird it just disconnected on itself. Okay, now it's connected again. Alright. Cool. Alright, so we'll do 4th player as Marth, I guess. Okay, and then let's do 3rd player, the PS3 controller. Oh, what's the Sony character? Should be a Sony character on here. Yeah, I forgot cheats on this game. Sonic's not a Sony character. Well, probably the closest thing to a Sony character is this guy. Why is it choosing different colors when I pick? Huh, okay. Alright, and then with the Animal Crossing Tom Nook controller, let's pick an Animal Crossing character. Wolf, obviously. Okay, and then with the original Nintendo 64 controller, let's pick a Nintendo 64 character. Link. Okay, great. Let's see here, and then let's go to... Oh, I don't know. Let's just do random, I guess. Well, yeah, let's go to this place, actually. Nice and light place. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow, the PS3, or the PS4 controller feels like it has a stronger rumble than the 64 controller, almost. Wow, can you hear that PS4 controller rumbling? I'm going to use the PS4 controller. Oh, okay, interesting. Wow, okay. So, okay, I like that. Okay, so I'm using the PS4 controller right now. So A is mapped to B. Oh, whoops. I shouldn't have got them out because they're hopeless. But anyway, yeah, A is mapped to X. Sorry, it's not. I was thinking it was like a Switch Pro controller, but yeah, so A is mapped to X. And then B is mapped to square. And I just got wolf out, sorry. And then, let's see, triangle is mapped to C something. And then O is also mapped to C something. Or circle, or whatever you call it. Yeah, it seems like it's working pretty good with the PS4 controller, so that's good. And then, yeah, the rumble's working too. Let's see. Nice, so L1 is your taunt, good. What's L2? Oh, L2 is your shield, that makes sense. So it's like where Z would be. And then L or R2 is also Z for shield, and then R1 is grab. Nice. So just like a Pro Controller on like Smash Ultimate. The only difference is that the A and B is mapped like a Nintendo 64 controller, so you have to remember that A is on the bottom. Yeah, instead of on the right like the Pro Controller, which I think is going to make using the real Pro Controller kind of tricky, since Yeah, at least I'm used to on the Pro controller having A be A, not B. So, oh, and this Pro controller turned off again. Oh, but then this controller must be low on battery. Yeah, it's either that or something's going on where it's just like losing connection. Oh, please don't run off the edge, Marth. Yeah, something weird's going on with this Pro controller. I'm going to try plugging it in, see if that helps it. I'm really confused as to why this Pro controller is acting up, so alright, let's just plug it into a power outlet. Well, the good thing is that when I just push A to reconnect, then it finds fourth player right away. It's still not working though. Well, I don't know if that's this adapter's fault or this Pro controller, but yeah, something weird is happening right now. Yeah, this Pro controller is just having a really hard time connecting. Okay, well, tell you what, since the Pro controller is having the issues, let's go ahead and, I guess let's try another controller that I have just back here. Let's try the Joy-Con on its side and use the Master Sword Joy-Con. So you can see here, got this Joy-Con, so yeah. Okay, so let's hold down the boot button for 3 seconds and then hold down the sync button. Let's see if this will connect. You can see it's thinking, oh, yep, there we go. And did it connect to, okay, nice. Nice, cool, yeah, so now I'm playing with the Joy-Con on its side, so yeah, it seems like it's working. Let's see if Rumble works. Oh yeah, Rumble's working on the Joy-Con, nice. Cool, yeah. So interestingly enough, the Pro controller, for whatever reason, is not working. I hope there's not a problem with it. I might have to send it back to Nintendo. But yeah, the Joy-Con definitely has the weakest rumble out of all the controllers I've tested so far. Yeah, let's see. So SL is not doing anything. SR is not doing anything. Oh, did this controller disconnect? Oh, this controller disconnect. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. So now I'm having connection problems with this Joy-Con too. So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I don't know why. So I haven't had problems with this Joy-Con before on the Switch, so yeah, it's like it connects for a second, but then it disconnects right away. So, yeah, I don't know if that's the Joy-Con's fault or the adapter, but I think what I'm going to do is, now that I have all this set up, I'm going to turn off the 64 and turn it back on and see if that solves any of the issues we're having. Okay, so now let's turn the N64 back on. Okay, alright. So now I'm just going to connect them in the same order. So let's do the Switch Online 64 controller first. That connected really quickly. And then let's just push the start button to get Smash Brothers going. I really like how just pushing the start button goes to the last game you play. That's really nice. Yeah, I'm glad I figured that out. Alright, so now, let's see, what was the next? Oh, right. Then after that, I think we had the, let's go in here real quick so we can actually see the controllers. Okay, so here's the first one. Alright, and then let's connect this one. This should connect to number 2, supposedly. I assume that when you just turn the thing back on, you don't have to resync. Interesting. I don't know, I wonder if I'm doing something wrong here. Yeah, because all I did was just turn the system off, wait for the controllers to turn off and stop trying to resync, and then I turned the system back on. So, trying to look in here to see if there's something else. press, so it says a short press of the boot button. You can see here, a short press of the boot button disconnects all Bluetooth devices and start the new pairing. 3-second, enable Bluetooth in query mode, keep connected devices and start new pairing. So that's what we were doing before, but then when you want to turn off the system and then reconnect, I would assume, let's try with a different controller maybe. Let's try that Joy-Con again. Oh, the Joy-Con connected quickly. Alright, so the Joy-Con's working, great. And it doesn't appear to be losing connection right now, so that's good. Kirby seems like a Joy-Con character. Huh, even turned blue. Why did it turn blue? I don't know if that's a Smash Remix thing or what, but I've never tried multiplayer on Smash Remix before, so maybe it is. Okay. Anyway, maybe it's because, like, since blue is second player is blue, so it goes to blue automatically. I don't know. Alright, now let's do the Pro controller since we were having problems with that before. Okay, that also synced very quickly. And now the Pro controller is on player 1. Oh, and look at that, the 64 controller turned off. Okay, I want to say I'm doing something wrong here. And now the Joy-Con, it says it's still connected, but when I move, it's like it's intermittent. Yeah, there's definitely something weird going on here with this adapter. I don't know if I just got a bad one or what, but yeah, it seemed like it was working really good with just one player, but now as I'm trying to connect other controllers, it's not working very well. So like now, yeah, the Pro controller is working great, no problem. Okay, well, I'm gonna pause the video and try to figure this out a little bit more. Okay, so an update. Oh, it went away. Well, for a second there, the green light was visible, and I was able to connect 2 controllers, but now actually the green light has gone away, so, and this controller is not on anymore. Oh, there we go. Let's see if oh, there we go. Now the green light's there. Let's see if it, nope, and there it is. So I don't know, something, it's like you can't hold a connection very long, unfortunately. Maybe I need to like unplug and replug the controllers in. Yeah, because I have them, yeah, it should be the right order. These aren't swapped, yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, I thought I had made progress. Well, I kind of did because I got the green light to come on, but it doesn't stay on, so anyway, keep messing around with this. Okay, so after resetting a few times, resyncing, finally got at least 2 controllers to work at the same time and have the lights show up as they should. Finally. Okay, so again, I don't know if this is the BlueRetro firmware, if it's because this adapter just isn't built properly or what, but I'm just going to keep on trying to connect controllers here, so hold this for 3 seconds again. Okay. Oh, I held it too long. So see, it says to hold it for 3 seconds to repair something. But yeah, I think I held it too long because now it's reset everything. So, so yeah, it's not 10 seconds. It's more like hold it for 3 seconds to pair, or maybe even like 2 seconds to pair. Hold it for 4 seconds to delete everything. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, because see, this isn't paired anymore, so yeah, the instructions, at least on this unit that I have, are not accurate, apparently. So I think, oh, there you go. I didn't even push the button and it started to go into pair mode, so I guess that's okay. So let's pair now, I guess. Okay, so that one's paired. Yep, okay, player 1. Alright. Now let's do hold this down again. And just as soon as it starts to blink, I'm going to let go. Okay, so that should be in pair mode. Now let's try to sync this controller. Yeah, I mean, this is a really cool idea. I was pretty excited about it until, I mean, can you imagine having to try to get this to work when you have friends over? You spend the whole time just trying to get controllers synced. Might as well just use wired controllers. Okay, so that one's working. That one's working. Okay. Alright. I hope this will work, so cross our fingers. Okay, so let's push this just until it starts to blink. Okay. Alright, so now let's push the sync button on this Pro controller. See if it'll go to 3. I hope it does. I see the third light lit up there for a second. And then it went away, and now it's back. Okay, is it working? Nope, it is not working. Great. Well, let's see if these two are still working. Okay, that one's working. That one's working. Okay, so we still have our first two controllers working. But this third controller... Okay, let's try it again, I guess. Okay, we'll blink there. Okay, and the sync button. If you like hold it closer, I don't know. Okay, so see now that, see it was connected there for a second and then it's like it loses connection. Alright, well guess I'll keep playing with this, I don't know. After a while I think if I can't get this to work then I'll probably just return this and then I'll get a replacement. And hopefully with the replacement it'll work, but yeah, because all the controllers are connected. I mean, because otherwise it would just be a black rectangle here. But yeah, so they are all connected. So the console's reading is 4 controllers connected. It's just this, the wireless is just weird. So anyway, I'm gonna keep playing around with this. I might try to factory reset it too. So we'll see what happens. Okay, yeah, I just can't get more than 2 controllers to stay connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the web browser controller, whatever it's called again. I'm going to just try resetting everything, reinstalling the firmware, and hopefully that fixes it, so stay tuned. Okay, I just can't get more than 2 controllers to connect at the same time reliably. Yeah, the third one just like kind of connects, but then it just holds in one direction, then eventually just disconnects. So anyway, I guess one last thing we can try before, I don't know, I think, wow, so weird, why does it choose blue on that? Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna try to pay attention to input lag now that I'm on a CRT. And then, yeah, that'll be the last thing I test for now. And then I'll wait a little bit. Oh, I forgot this is a human player. It's going to be an easy match. But yeah, then I'll stop playing for now, and then I'll order a new one of these. Oh, brother. Yeah, and then hopefully the replacement will work better, but if it doesn't, then I guess that'll just be part of the review. But yeah, this just isn't a very good device, I guess, unless you're only worried about connecting one. So 1 player works really good, 2 player usually works, but 3 and 4 player just don't work very good. Like even right now, only the red light is showing, but yeah, but I mean, the 2 controllers are connected and they're both working at the same time, so yeah. Anyway, very disappointing, I must say. Very disappointing. But yeah, as far as the input lag goes, yeah, it feels great. Don't really notice any input lag, so that's good. Yeah, I think that'll do it for now. And yeah, at least we got the Rumble working. Of course, it probably isn't working now because I did a factory reset, and I also re-updated the firmware, so it's not going to have my Rumble feature settings anymore. But yeah, the Rumble feature was working pretty good before, and even on multiple controllers, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I think that'll do it for now. So I think maybe instead of having this be a review, I'll just have this be like a first impressions video, since it was so long. It took me so long to figure out all this stuff. And then when I get the new or like the replacement of this, then I'll make another video where it'll be like an official review of this Amazon adapter. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of split on my opinion. I might just like create my own adapter anyway, because I was reading the differences between hardware 1 and hardware 2, and hardware 2, it lets you do stuff like reset the system from the controller, which would be pretty cool. Like if you're using an EverDrive, then you can just reset the system and then, yeah, choose a new game. Although it's really not the end of the world to just get up and push reset or turn off the system, so I don't know. Did Warrior just say? Warrior just said something. But yeah, anyway, I think that'll do it then for this video. So yeah, so first impressions are, it works. It's really cool idea. I just hope that I can get it fixed. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video to find out if I can. Yeah, the configuration stuff is really cool. Yeah, just this particular one that I have. I don't know, it's so close to being something I really can like. Like the box was high quality, if you remember from the beginning of the video. The instruction booklet is very high quality, all in color, and the paper feels pretty high quality. Yeah, the plastic feels good, and like now that I know how it works, it makes sense and I can do it pretty easily. Well, granted, it was a little complicated to get to this point, but I don't think that's necessarily this adapter's fault or whoever made it. I think that's more of just BlueRetro, just the whole system providing a lot of customization. And yeah, let me put it this way: I'd rather have it be complicated and provide a lot of customization and something that you can figure out than like not provide enough customization. So yeah, I'm happy with that part. Anyway, I guess I'll do it for now. So make sure you subscribe, like, and all that stuff. And if you do have any tips on how to get this to work, or if you've had problems with this before, I'd love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Well, I don't know if it'll be the next video, but a future video where I get a replacement and try it again, and then I'll give it a proper review. If the replacement's bad too, then probably won't recommend it. But yeah, anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye.